The successor to the Zenfone Max Pro M1 is here. The Max Pro M2 brings about several improvements while retaining the things that people loved about the first one. This is Sandeep from RevAtlas, and here's what we think about it so far. What people loved about the first generation was the stock Android experience, the large battery and efficient performance. That's still there as the phone ships with a stock Android version of Android 8.1 already out of the box with minor tweaks and a few pre-installed apps from ASUS. It's light and quick so far and is even snappier than before thanks to a Snapdragon 660 octa-core AI chipset inside of it. And yes, it's still got the big 5000 mAh battery inside, which seems pretty promising so far in terms of battery life. It's not easily identifiable that the battery is that massive since the form factor is pretty slim at 8.5mm. What has now improved is primarily the build quality and screen. The M1 Pro 2 had good build quality, but it wasn't exactly premium feeling. Granted, the device was under the sub 15K segment in India, but it did feel pale in comparison to the in-hand feel given by competitors. That's changed with this new model that feels great in the hand. It has a glossy 3D back panel which reflects light in different ways and feels great to hold. It's a fingerprint magnet, yes, but despite being glossy, it's very grippy and doesn't slide out of your hand. The display is now notched but gets bigger in size and is also brighter. As a result, the sunlight legibility is also better, and the 19:9 aspect ratio display looks sharp with good color reproduction. The 6.26-inch Full HD Plus display has 94% NTSC color gamut, and you can adjust the color tone as well in the settings. There's notification LED in the notch, which by the way cannot be hidden, at least for now, but the phone does have Gorilla Glass 6, which is pretty impressive, especially at this price point. HD streaming of content is supported thanks to L1 wideband support, and ASUS will be offering the phone in 3, 4 and 6GB LPDDR4X RAM variants with 32GB of storage on the base model and 64 on the mid and higher end models. Storage can be expanded and all courtesy the triple card slot, which has a dedicated microSD slot. Dual 4G VoLTE is supported in case you're wondering as well. Project Treble is supported, but there's no Camera 2 API support out of the box and no seamless updates. The main disappointment, however, is the lack of support for 5GHz wireless networks. I hope this is something that can be enabled via software updates. There's a bottom firing 5-magnet speaker that gets really loud and gives great sound output. There's a rare amount of fingerprint scanner as well as face unlock feature using the front camera. The primary camera is the Sony IMX486 sensor with 1.25 micron pixel size, f1.8 aperture and 12 megapixels of resolution, and there's a 5 megapixel depth sensor too. 4K video is supported and EIS is on board as well for 1080p and is expected to come for the front facing camera too very soon. ASUS promises the EIS for the front-facing camera, AI for the rear camera, and also the front-facing camera bokeh feature to be rolled out by the time the phones launch. The front-facing camera is a 13-megapixel f2 1.12 micron sensor with LED flash, just like the rear camera setup. The phone charges over micro USB still, and maybe we have to wait until 2019 before manufacturers bundle Type-C ports on phones in this segment, but is not really a deal breaker. The Zenfone Max Pro M2 seems like a very interesting phone, especially if they manage to price it as competitively as the previous generation. Stay tuned to our review to know the final decision. Thanks for watching this video. See you again in the next one.